Today we're going to work on skill stop number 4, which is about prefixes and suffixes. It's about finding hidden words inside of Hebrew words. This activity is going to be really helpful to you to have out any vocab sheets that you already have. We're going to be adding to those as we go. And as always, pause, rewind, and rewatch the video as often as you need, and feel free to email me with any questions. In Hebrew, there are often letters at the beginning and ending of words that if we were to translate it into English, those letters would stand for entire words of themselves. So let's take a look at Betsalmo as an example. We start off with a bet, and the bet means in. As opposed to having a whole other word, it's just a letter at the beginning of the word built into it. Now, the shoresh of tzadi lamed mem means image. So this is where finding the shoreshim and your ability to do that come really in handy, because you need to be able to look at the word and tell what's a shoresh and what's a prefix. So, and just to remind you, a prefix is a word that comes, or a letter that comes before the word. And the suffix is the letter that comes at the end of the word. So in this case, the suffix, which is the holam, is a suffix that means his. So together, the word Betsalmo means in his image. But if we were to write that in English, that would take 3 whole separate words. This is one of my favorite parts about reading Hebrew, because it's kind of like a puzzle that you have to figure out. At the bottom of this page, you'll see a bank of prefixes and suffixes. This is something that really is going to be beneficial for you to take the time to memorize. So make flashcards or do whatever study habit works best for you. It will make decoding Hebrew a lot faster if these are just things that you know. And a lot of these are things that you probably do already know, and some of them might be new. So take a minute and go through these lists and really become familiar with them. So now we're going to practice finding the prefixes and suffixes of words like this. So you'll see in the right-hand column there is a list of the noun, of the word by itself without any prefixes or suffixes. And then on the left, you see the final compound word that in some cases has just a prefix or just a suffix, and in other cases has both. So your job is to go through and circle the prefix and or the suffix of each word. So it spells it out pretty much all for you. You have the word on the right, and you just need to, show what's been added on the left. So you'll go through, and like this example of uveto, that's the prefix, and that's the suffix. So pause the video and go through and fill out this page. Now we're going to make this a little bit more challenging, and we're going to be not only breaking down the compound word into its prefixes and suffixes, but also defining what all of that means. So this is going to be very helpful for you right now to get out the word bank from a couple of pages ago that has the list of all of the meanings of the prefixes and suffixes. We've provided some definitions for words that we expect that you might not know in here, like for suffering and homeland. And the rest of these words are things that we're assuming that you know, and if you don't, that's fine. Just get out a dictionary and take the time to look it up. But we'll do the first one together. So the noun alone, this is veit, but bayit, so it means house. So you would write the meaning of the noun in the second column. And now uveto is the compound word that we are looking to break down. So we see that it has the vav in the front of it, which means and it ends in the o vowel, in the holam, which means his. So this compound word means and his house. I'd also like to point out that the compound words in the third column are the same compound words that on the last page that you just broke down into prefixes and suffixes. So it can be helpful to go back and look at what you circled as being a prefix and a suffix to help you get through this a little bit faster. So go ahead and pause the video and take the time to fill out the rest of this page. Okay, this page is going to serve very well as a vocab bank for you for when we're going through and translating text in class. So put this page, maybe fold the corner down or put a sticky note on the side. It'll be very useful to use for reference in the future. And I just want to note that you don't need to do the bottom section for homework. We're going to be doing that together in class the next time that we work on this. So all you need to do right now is the top bank where you're going through and using the translation that we give you of the word, identifying what the prefixes or suffixes are. All right, so that's it for today. Go ahead and finish this portion of the homework and email me if you have any questions.